It was one of the most scariest moments in my life. My 6-year-old son, he almost drowned in this pool right here. So, my son, he has a really kind heart, and he saw the filtration system working, and he had some trash he saw floating in the pool, so he got the trash, put it up to the filtration machine, but it sucked his hand right up. Of course, I didn't film any of this. I was busy trying to be a dad. I was reacting, running over there to try to help.
But Jaden looks over at me and he has the most terrified look in his face, and he's going in and out of water. And so I immediately started swimming over there towards them because I knew he was scared and something was wrong. And when I got there, I immediately noticed that his whole arm was sucked in a pipe. And I pulled it out. It was a really strong suction, and Jaden was just crying and crying, saying he almost died, and that he was scared. And I was in complete panic, thinking his arm was completely broken, and his hand, because his hand was really swollen and purple, and he was bleeding on his arm. And I was panicking, thinking he had broken bones.
The World Schooling friends that we'd been hanging out with for the past couple days, they gave us a ride to the nearest clinic. They were concerned of the swelling that was happening. There was a risk of compartment syndrome. That's where there's so much swelling that it starts cutting off circulation to other parts of your hand or limb or whatever is undergoing the swelling. They wanted to keep them overnight for observation, and it required us getting transferred to that main hospital. So we get into an ambulance, and the whole family is able to go along for the ride, and we were there to comfort Jaden. We made it to the hospital and they treated us so well. My son was feeling a lot calmer. The hospital took care of us. They let us stay overnight. They gave us 2 beds. Their food menu was very extensive. You could choose pretty much anything, and it was good quality. The staff was loving and caring. So much respect, and it was a good experience at that moment. We went back to the pool that it happened at, and it was difficult for us, but we wanted to go back and make sure that this pipe had a cover on it, that it was set up in a more safe position so that this never happens again. The resort was very responsive, and they were able to get a cap to go over the pipe so that a hand can't get into it. They extended the pipe down to the floor and pointed it towards the floor of the pool. They put up more warning signs, and we did feel a lot better knowing that this won't happen again to another kid. We did come back a week later, which is where we're at now, and my son, he was a little bit scared, but we talked him through it. We didn't force, and he faced his fears, and he's in the pool. Luckily, the unit that was being used at the time isn't here, so that made it feel a lot more welcoming. we're all very grateful that this incident had a happy ending. This could have been much worse. And again, this was the scariest moment of my life. But we all learned something.